Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on another Training Tuesday, where today we will be discussing Switzerland and social media. It is 8:57. I'm going to give it until 9 a.m. to get started. Because the video gets emailed if you register, we are just going to get started right at 9 a.m. So for those of you that are already on, thank you so much for logging in early. Hope your week and day are going well. Hope that wherever you are, the weather is nice. I'm out here in Sacramento. We were promised rain, and it is like beautifully sunny outside. So I'm hoping it stays that way for at least a few more days here, because I guess we got some big storms on their way. But yeah, I hope everyone's enjoying that travel is back. Before we get into it, I do just want to give you my sincerest apology. I know hold times are rough. I've been trying to raise the flag as many times as I can. Our management team is on top of it. They are hiring new staff members for the contact center like crazy. So we are working on it, but it is an issue. We're trying to address it. But the truth is, call volumes have been through the roof. We have seen incredibly high demand in our tour packages. So we're doing our best to keep up. It is an issue, but we will address it. We've got a few more minutes here. Looks like we've got 4 people connected. Hello, Norma, Tanya, Victoria, and Patricia, or Trish. Very happy that you all were able to join me. This is going to be a really good presentation covering Switzerland. For those of you unfamiliar, we've got an upcoming fam trip to Switzerland in July, and I'm going to be highlighting some of the trips that you need to sell to bake it on that fam trip, because unlike previous fam trips where it's just kind of an application, this time the company is basing it directly on agents who are focused on selling Switzerland, because we're working in conjunction with the Tourism of Switzerland board. So they wanted us to help promote Switzerland as much as possible. I reached out to one of my agents over in the Bay Area who has been to Switzerland many times. The tips that she gave me were that the images and the beautiful scenery that you see in all the pictures of Switzerland are no exaggeration whatsoever. She's saying that it's just as beautiful as the pictures, just as serene, just as pristine. And she even mentioned that their cows are incredibly cute as well. So I don't know what the difference is between their cows and our cows, but apparently Swiss cows are just prettier. All right, so we've got another minute here, and then we are going to get started. Looks like a few more people are joining. So I'm working off of my laptop, and I have a secondary screen here. Unfortunately, though, once I launch the presentation, I won't be able to see the chat. If you do have questions, though, please throw them in the chat. I'm going to try to answer as many as I can afterwards, so I'll have access to that after the presentation is done. So just feel free to type anything in there, and I will be going through everything. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. Everyone's saying hello. Such a friendly group. All right, so it is 9 o'clock, and I am a very punctual person, so we are going to get started here. So hopefully most of you, if not all of you, are already familiar with me. I am J.Aguilar. I am the sales manager for TTC Tour Brands. I cover Northern California, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, Alaska, and Nevada. So I've been with TTC Tour Brands for, 4.5 months now. I started around September 29th of 2022. Have learned quite a bit since then, have already worked a few travel events. I've done a bunch of live presentations already, getting really good at these virtual presentations. Oh, I see everyone saying hello. Good morning, everyone. So yeah, I'm getting more and more comfortable with the role, and I do just want to highlight today, we're going to focus on Switzerland and social media. For those of you following me on social media, you can see that I'm very active, especially on my Facebook page. I'm constantly posting images of upcoming trips, updates with the company, and then I'm sure you all get my Fun Fact Friday videos, hoping that you enjoy those. But yeah, we're going to focus on Switzerland. We're going to focus on the fam trip that's coming up in July. We're going to focus on the trips you need to sell to get on that fam trip if you're interested. And then we are going to throw out some great tips on social media as well. So without further ado, unless there's a technical glitch here, I'm going to launch my presentation. Entire screen, please. There we go. Share. All right. So hopefully everybody can see that. I'm going to lower this. As I mentioned, I may not be able to see your chat comments until after my presentation. Oops, there we go. See, that's what happens when I try to do too much. Well, welcome everyone. If you're unfamiliar, I do these training Tuesdays every first Tuesday of the month. So if you want to just put it in your calendar, 9 a.m., first Tuesday of each month, I've been very good at making sure I hit that Training Tuesday schedule. Even when I'm on the road, I've been able to do these presentations. So today we're going to focus on Switzerland and social media. And for those of you that are not familiar with me, I am J.Aguilar with TTC Tour Brands, the sales manager for the Pacific Northwest, Northern California, Idaho, Alaska, Washington, Oregon, and Nevada as well. Now, if you're unfamiliar with TTC Tour Brands, we've been curating the best vacations possible for our travelers, and it's been part of our DNA for over 100 years, as we are proud to be a part of the world's leading travel company. Travel Corporation is a family-owned and operated business that's passionate about curating and crafting vacations for over 40 award-winning brands. We make travel personal and put our guests at the heart of everything that we do. No matter where our guests travel or which travel corporation brand they travel with, we unlock the magic of the destination for all of our guests. TTC also owns and operates two highly respected and awarded luxury brands, Red Carnation Hotel and Uniworld. Now, we are also committed to environmental stewardship through our Tread Right Foundation and also our Make Travel Matter experiences. Now, we're pretty proud that our guided tours make everything as easy as possible for agents like yourself. Let's just put away the call center issues for now, but basically, we put everything together for your customers so that you can sit back, book with confidence, knowing that we're taking care of all of the essentials. And by the essentials, what we're talking about are accommodations, dining, experiences, responsible travel, the itinerary or the pace. We're also focused on group size, luxurious transportation, travel directors that are incredibly knowledgeable. Of course, price points are important to discuss. And then, yes, we have options for every traveler out there or choice. Now, for us, it is what we're calling our 10 out of 10 satisfaction seal. The fact that we bring 100 plus years of travel expertise to truly deliver the best tours in the world. In fact, if you look us up, we have a platinum FIFO rating across our brands and our exceptional NPS scores, and of course, our wonderful customer testimonials as well. So we want to give agents like yourselves confidence in selling our travel experiences that we will not only meet, but we will exceed your clients' needs, and your clients can be assured of having the very best time. And just so you know, we do have a lot of repeat business, which means if you start booking your clients on our trips, there's a very high likelihood they're going to come back and book another trip with you as well. So, something that we're incredibly proud of is How We Tread Right. We launched in 2020 How We Tread Right. It's our 5-year sustainability strategy and blueprint for all TTC Tour brands. Our strategy is based on 11 measurable goals anchored to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. These issues address climate change, sustainable food production, waste reduction, travel experiences, diversity and inclusion, as well as wildlife. We also offer what are called Make Travel Matter experiences. These are conscious travel experiences available on our trips and are chosen with great care based on the positive social or environmental impact that they have on their communities and with those who experience them. Using a proprietary assessment tool that's endorsed by industry experts and developed exclusively for TTC's family of brands, Make Travel Matter experiences are assessed against a robust set of criteria that's directly tied to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. As a traveler, you can be assured that by participating in one of these experiences, your travel will have a positive impact and you will leave with a greater understanding of sustainable development issues worldwide and the inspiring local community actions that are being taken to address them. Now, we're going to jump into Switzerland. We're going to dive right into it. So what you're looking at is a beautiful image of Lake Geneva there. So we're going to cover all things Switzerland. And if you're not already familiar with my fun facts, I've got some fun facts about Switzerland too. So not only that, but we're also going to familiarize yourself with Switzerland. We're going to help you be able to promote it to your guests. And potentially, if you're able to book at least 3 spots on any of our itineraries, we're going to try to save you a spot on our upcoming Swiss-tainable Make Travel Matter fam trip. So let's learn some fun facts about Switzerland. The first fact we're going to learn, did you know Switzerland has 7,000 lakes? In fact, with a surface size of 580 square kilometers, Lake Geneva is Switzerland's biggest lake. It's also called Lake Léman, which is the name it's given for the 40% of the lake that is actually shared with France. Lake Neuchâtel has a surface of 218 kilometers and is the largest lake that's wholly within Switzerland. Now, they say you can drink from the rivers and lakes since the fresh water is so clear, but I'm just going to go out there and say I highly discourage your guests from that behavior. Next one. Beautiful shot here. Did you know that Switzerland was ranked first for the 8th consecutive year for being one of the most innovative countries in the world? In fact, they went from a farm-based economy in the 1860s to now what can easily be considered a land of startups. In fact, Vaud's economy is now one of Switzerland's biggest and also fastest growing, thanks to a huge and large service sector that's focused on niche markets, and it also has a diversified manufacturing base. Next fact here, beautiful shot, right? Let's just enjoy that gorgeous image there. So if you're not already aware, Switzerland is famous for its mountains, and you're looking at a beautiful reflective shot of the Matterhorn. In fact, the highest peaks can be found in Switzerland. They have the highest peaks in Europe. So Switzerland is home to numerous mountains, which are over 3,000 meters high. A beautiful experience for hikers is the Chamonix Zermatt Hauptrat. It's a 12-day classic alpine trek that will bring you straight to the well-recognized Matterhorn. With 48 mountain peaks that are above 4,000 meters, Switzerland has more high peaks than any other country in Europe. So it is definitely for those of your clients out there who are just looking for just breathtaking natural beauty, Switzerland is going to be one of those top destinations you're going to want to promote. Now, another fun fact. Did you know that the longest tunnel in the world belongs to Switzerland? The Gotthard Tunnel in Switzerland is the world's longest. It measures 57 kilometers, or 7 kilometers longer than the channel between England and France. It took 17 years to complete. Just think of that. You could have had a baby, and that baby's moving out of your house by the time this tunnel was completed. Well, I guess almost out of your house. So the Gotthard-based tunnel's principal objective was to boost local transportation capacity through a massive barrier. What was that barrier? The Alpine Mountains. So they needed to get people from point A to point B. There just happened to be some big, beautiful mountains in the way. So that's when they decided, hey, we got to build the world's longest tunnel to make this happen. All right, next fun fact here. Beautiful shot here. Switzerland is one of the safest countries in the world. They have an incredibly low crime rate. With the fact that's kind of outstanding because you wouldn't think it. They have one of the highest gun ownership rates in the world as well. Now, Switzerland hasn't had a mass shooting since 2021. The country's overall murder rate is almost nearly zero at just about 45 people per year. And moreover, they are also considered some of the happiest people in the world, next to Denmark and Finland. All right, next slide. Now, did you know that Switzerland has its own Grand Canyon? The Rhine Gorge is said to be the Swiss Grand Canyon. It is one of the most unique places in Switzerland, located in Graubünden. It is a very unique for to be located in an alpine region. In this area, you can unwind and cool down by dipping your toes in the water and feel nature. Or if you're like me, you can go out there and get an adrenaline rush as you hike up some rocky mountains or even experience some mountain biking or trail running as well. All right. Now, this one I totally agree with. My fun fact is that Sundays are a big deal in Switzerland. This means if you mow the lawn on a Sunday, your neighbors are going to hate you. If you hang laundry outside, if you're hammering or anything else that might disturb the serenity of your neighbors, it is highly frowned upon. So it is encouraged on Sundays in Switzerland, be lazy, close your doors, read a book, and enjoy a quiet day with friends and family. That's definitely a motto that I'm going to adopt for myself. I'm not going to do any work. So if I get any calls from anyone on Sunday, I'm going to refer back to this slide on Switzerland and say, hey, Sundays are a big deal for me too. All right. And then one other fun fact I have for you: third happiest people in the world. The notion of livability is used to determine which places in the globe offer the best or worst living circumstances. Stability, healthcare, culture and environment, education, and infrastructure are the five broad categories that they look at. Zurich and Geneva are said to be two of the liveliest and most livable cities in the world. Switzerland has a strong sense of community and also a strong belief that it is safe and a clean country, which is statistically correct. Along with Iceland and Denmark, it's actually one of the safest countries in the world, which we did mention earlier too. So that has been my fun facts on Switzerland. Yes, just want to make sure I was in the right slide. So the reason that we're talking about Switzerland so much, for those of you interested, we are hosting a fam trip to Switzerland from July 22nd to July 28th of this year. We are calling it our Swiss Tainable Make Travel Matter Global Incentive Trip, where we will be highlighting Switzerland across luxury gold, inside vacations, Trafalgar, and also cost saver. The trip highlights include 7 days and 6 nights, specially designed Switzerland trip, which includes your flights, accommodations, and most of your meals. Now, the Make Travel Matter experiences are going to cover all of our brands: Luxury Gold, Inside Vacations, Trafalgar, and Cost Saver as well. You're also going to be able to journey to the majestic and famed Glacier Express through the Swiss Alps. And there will be a very cool celebratory gala dinner with our CEO, Gavin Tolman. And of course, some of the board members as well from Tourism Switzerland. Now, unlike previous fam trips, my company is saying that for this trip, you have to have sold at least 3 bookings to qualify. So if you've sold at least 3, and I believe some of you have, you're basically already registered to kind of be in the drawing for this. And I believe they're sending up to 8 agents. But get this, even if you only sell 3 trips, like the bare minimum, there's going to be a wild card draw. So obviously, the more you sell, the higher chances of being selected for this trip. But even if you only sell the 3, there's going to be a wild card out there, and you could be part of that wild card. Now, to qualify, as we mentioned, you need those 3 bookings. And I'm going to highlight some of the trips that you can definitely market to your clients to see if they're interested in visiting Switzerland. So we are going to start off with Luxury Gold. So with Luxury Gold, we have Majestic Switzerland, where your guests will be captivated by the majesty of Switzerland on a 10-day guided tour. Now, this trip is going to start from St. Moritz to Zermatt and then on to Geneva. This once-in-a-lifetime itinerary ventures across Switzerland aboard the Glacier Express. In Lucerne, the Rosengart Museum will be open to you after hours. So you get a special VIP experience with sparkling wine among the masterpieces of Picasso and Renoir. Before bidding Lakeside Lucerne farewell, you can choose how to visit the fascinating Swiss Transportation Museum, either with a highlighted tour or you can learn a little bit more about sustainability. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with luxury gold, it is part of the 6 brands that we under TTC Tour Brands cover. It's really about concierge services, curated experiences, exceptional dining, oftentimes Michelin star rated dining, and of course, comfortable stays or exceptional stays, I should say. So, all of the hotels that your clients will be experiencing are beautiful 5-star properties focused on high service, centrally located. So, most of them are very easy walkability ratings. So, it's definitely worth looking into this excursion on my bucket list for sure. So we're going to jump to our other brands here, which is Insight Vacations or the art of traveling in style. Now, with Insight Vacations, we actually have several trips to choose from. We can do Glorious Switzerland, which is 8 days, 11 cities, 3 countries. You can see the travel style is leisurely, which means when it says leisurely, there's not going to be a lot of free time if we go to like the wilderness areas to do hiking and things like that. So just make sure you make that clear to your clients when you're booking them on these types of excursions. It is always important to look at the travel styles. Another great option is Magical Switzerland, 7 days, 9 cities, 1 country, and you can see it's a balanced travel style, which means it's got a little bit of both in there. And whenever you see the regional marking at the end of that comment there, or the end of the description, it usually means that they're going to be spending multiple nights in one hotel, which some people really like. It means you're not packing and then unpacking, packing, and then unpacking again. And there is another one, which is a little bit of a longer trip called Country Roads of Bavaria, Switzerland, and Austria. 12 days, 12 cities, 3 countries. It's also balanced. And by country roads, it means that they're going to be hitting more locations. So that is going to be a trip where if somebody hasn't been to these areas, I'd highly encourage them doing a country roads exploration because you're going to see as many places as you possibly can. So these are the excursions you want to focus on. If you're comfortable with Insight Vacations, I describe Insight as just a little bit of a lower price point than Luxury Gold. Your guests are still going to get exceptional dining. In fact, the dining options are pretty unique with Insight. Most included meals include what's called a dine around option, which means they'll get 3 different restaurants to choose from. They can then basically dine in smaller groups in a more intimate setting. And then, of course, they include Be My Guest dining options as well through some itineraries. And then, yes, vegetarian and vegan options are available throughout any of our itineraries with Insight Vacation. So for this trip, you're going to take a once-in-a-lifetime trip across Switzerland, dipping fresh fruit in Swiss chocolate fondue in Geneva, breathing in the alpine air of Zermatt, and relaxing in luxury at Lakeside Lucerne. In the shadow of the mighty Mount Matterhorn, the car-free ski resort of Zermatt is a wonder to behold, bettered only by the chic fashionista surrounds of St. Moritz in the Grisson Alps. In Lucerne, you'll explore nearby Stanzerhorn with the inside choice between meeting a Swiss ranger to learn about the local flora and fauna, or take a stroll through the magnificent surrounds of Marmot Park. A celebration dinner in Lucerne at the foot of Mount Stanzerhorn offers glorious views over Lake Lucerne from restaurant Seeblick and draws the sojourn across Switzerland to a close. All right, so we're going to jump to our next brand here, which is a brand that I'm sure you're all familiar with, but check out that beautiful image. Just looking at the screen here, I wish I was there and not in Sacramento. But we're going to talk about Trafalgar, our best-selling and best-known and also our highest-rated brand, I should say. So with Trafalgar, you want to focus on Best of Switzerland, 9 days, 11 cities, 2 countries. We can also do the Christmas markets of Austria, Germany, and Switzerland. I will say our holiday bookings are already going fast. So if you do have clients that you just know are holiday fanatics, definitely worth letting them know about it at least. Just kind of throw that seed out there, see if it grows. because those Christmas market trips across all of our brands are actually starting to fill up pretty quickly. We've got Contrast of Switzerland, 8 days, 7 cities, 1 country. And then we also have Switzerland and Austria, 13 days, 14 cities, 4 countries. And I can promise you on that Switzerland and Austria, the hills will be alive with the sound of music. I'm sorry, I like to be a little cheesy on these, but all the best of Switzerland with a side visit to Italy. What could be better? Your travels will take you to Lake Geneva for local wine, cheese, and delicious desserts in Lavaux, Lord Byron's enchanting chilling castle, and the pretty town of Brienz for a masterclass in Swiss wood carving. On Christmas markets of Austria, Germany, and Switzerland, you're going to fill your festive cheer with candles, carols, snowflakes, and stolen as you wander past heaving market stalls and pay tribute to old world traditions, local craftsmanship, and mesmerizing city drops as well. On Contrast of Switzerland, all aboard for one of the world's most beautiful train journeys. On this exciting Switzerland trip, you'll travel through the stunning Swiss countryside. It's a gem of a trip featuring life in tiny villages and sophisticated cities, not to mention Zermatt with its cozy, typical Swiss appeal. And then in Switzerland and Austria, one of our most popular trips, going to Austria and Switzerland, this incredible duo also delivers a visit to the little Liechtenstein capital. The Alps take center stage on this journey, but you'll also learn about life as a Corinthian nun when you join them for a dinner in a former castle. All right, so we're going to jump to our last brand here, which is Cost Saver. Look at that beautiful shot with that field of flowers. Sorry, this presentation is Matterhorn heavy, but every picture I found of the Matterhorn, I was like, oh, that's pretty. I'm using that one. So with this one, you're going to be able to offer your clients European accent, 14 days, 11 cities, 7 countries. We also have European adventures, 13 days, 11 cities, 7 countries. We also have, for those that have a full 28 days to explore, European Discoverer, 28 days, 31 cities, 12 countries. And then we have European Delight, 11 days, 9 cities, and 4 countries. For those of you that maybe aren't familiar with Cost Saver or a little bit hesitant to offer it to your clients, I just sell it as a perfect balance of guided and independent travel. We make sure your guests are going to hit all of the essentials that they need to hit when they visit these areas. But because there's a lot of optional excursions, they can decide, do they want to do some, do they want to do most, or do they want to do them all? It's really up to them. And for those that just don't want to do the excursions at all, it just means they have plenty of free time to explore. So it really is worth looking into. I always consider it too a kind of a graduation brand from Kentucky. You know, once you hit that 35-year-old mark, there's a lot of young professionals out there who want to explore. They don't have the time to plan their own trip. This is the perfect option for them. Instead of them backpacking on their own through Europe, we can make sure they hit all those icons, and really it does fit very comfortably within the budget. So with these trips, we're going to roll up your sleeves for an adventure-filled encounter with Europe. These exciting journeys will see you expand your mind in free thinking and free thinking Amsterdam, crane your neck to see the towering spires of Prague, and kick back in the canals of Venice. A particular highlight is your romantic cruise down the Rhine, where fairy tales come to life and medieval castles reveal a time of feuding lords surveying their kingdoms. Create your own story as you wind your way through Europe with new friends. So hopefully you were all taking notes. These are the trips that you definitely want to focus on. And there's even more. If you're not already registered on the TAPS portal, if you go under promotions, you can see them right there. They have, I think there was like 10 or more cost saver trips that you could also focus on if you're interested. But I just wanted to highlight the more popular ones on this presentation. All right, and those are the beautiful cows that I mentioned earlier. I do just want to say thank you for watching this moment of highlighting Switzerland. We're still going to talk about social media, but I do just want to let you all know we have 24 more days. So this doesn't end until the 31st of March. So you still have plenty of time to explore. Oh, can you guys hear me still okay? Yeah. Hello? I think somebody's trying to talk. Anywho. All right. So we're going to be moving on to the next part of the presentation here, which is going to be focusing on social media. Ooh, is somebody out there have their mic on? I might have to mute you. 1 second. I can hear some clicking and some clacking. Let's see here. Sorry about that, everyone. I just got to make sure we mute this. Okay, I think we're good now. All right. So hopefully everyone can still see the screen here. So we're going to be talking about social media and what you can do to help promote yourself on social media. For those of you who follow me on Facebook, you can see that I'm quite active on there. I'm constantly posting things about TTC Tour Brands. I do a weekly Fun Fact Friday video that I email all my agents, as well as post it on social media as well. So this is going to be a real brief introduction just to get you familiar with it and how you can use it to promote yourself and your brand. So as a business, social media can be a big opportunity for you. Online networks, or social media as we call it, allow people to link, interact, share, and exchange information. Literally millions of people connect on social media every single day. So it is a great tool for business. Social media can be a platform that lets you talk directly to your customers and prospective customers alike, to share content, get involved in conversations, to build trust, reach more people, grow your sphere of influence, and ultimately understand your customers better. When you join these social networks, you can join conversations and start new ones. Maybe you'll start by sharing photos of the amazing trips you or your customers have taken, or trips that you are actively trying to promote. This will help you stay top of mind. It also gives people a reason to visit again and again. This way, your network will grow quickly. Those people may see and share your posts with others, which can score you new followers and new connections. And these are people that could also become your next customers. Now, you need to build trust with your audience. Potential customers will be reading, review, or watching videos of real people raving about your services and trips. Social media provides opportunities for your customers and fans to promote your products. And when this happens, you earn trust. Why? When someone else says how great you are, it carries more weight because you are not promoting yourself. Your customers are doing it for you. It is important to engage with your customers. I see a lot of people who do the work. They're putting up posts, they're, highlighting their brand, they're doing what they can, but then people comment on their channels and they never respond to it. They'll give it a quick like and then forget all about it. You want to treat your clients like people, because they are. They're not bots. They're real people who are just spending some time on social media. They happen to come across your channel. A like is really a big deal. A comment is an even bigger deal. So when people like and comment on your post, make sure you interact with those people, because they're going to come back and come back and come back because you're interacting with them. Get to know different networks. Which ones are your customers using the most? This will help you decide if you need a Facebook page, a YouTube channel, a Pinterest account, a Twitter handle, a LinkedIn company page, or some combination of these and maybe some others that I didn't mention. At that point, you'll need to create a profile or your homepage for each site. Each social network is different, but make sure you can add easy ways for your clients to contact you. Your email, if you're okay, put your phone number up there for your business, and even your business address. Some let you add that information right into your homepage, but some are a little bit more complicated, like Twitter. So you do just have to familiarize yourself with it. All right, making friends. It takes time and effort, and not just in the social media world, in the real world too. So making friends takes time and effort, but if you can do it, they can help get the word out about your business. So it's an investment that truly pays off. It's important that while you may be using social media for business gains, it's a very different medium than your typical advertising channels. The people you interact with on social media, they don't want to be talked at. Think of it more as a conversation. It's a give and take relationship that ebbs and flows. You're going to treat this network as you would your friends and colleagues in the real world. Making friends on social media won't happen overnight, and it can't be forced. You have to start by recruiting your existing customers, maybe with a sign in your shop if you have a brick and mortar, or a link in your email to follow us here, or even better, if you want to offer them a discount or a special offer if they choose to connect with you online. You can follow that up with other ways to grow your network, like contests, special events, entertaining content, or even real face-to-face meetups for members of your social circles. Remember, every single member of your social network has a network of their own. So there's exponential growth there if you do it right. Now, social media is all about sharing. As you add posts and photos and get involved in conversations, it's easy for people to connect with you. And that means more eyeballs on you and your business. Social media offers lots of opportunities for businesses. And like anything else in the online space, you're going to need a plan. The trick is to decide what you want your customers to do and then create a home that accommodates those goals. So, social media is a popular way to create what's called brand awareness to both new and existing customers. Every single interaction your customer has with you are called touch points, which are online ways to build brand loyalty and trust. When customers encounter a touch point multiple times, such as online ads or social media, this provides consistent value and creates ongoing positive associations with a brand. Social media is a great tool for developing touch points that help give your business character and a personal feel. Remember, your customers are real people. Connect with them in a way that's relatable and engaging. You can always adjust it if necessary. Now, be aware, your social media business profiles are not a place for controversy or a personal space for you to vent about your personal issues or beliefs. If you come across any individuals who are acting negatively or toxic on your social media profiles, your best course of action is to block them and move on. It's a total power move. If anyone is inappropriate, don't say anything to them, block them, and they're out of your life forever. Really powerful. Now, that is all the information that I have so far. If there is interest in diving even deeper into social media, this was really meant to be a brief introduction for those of you that are unfamiliar with it and the benefits of it. If you're interested in learning more about it, how to create reels, how to promote your brand on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, we can start looking into putting presentations together that way. So reach out to me if that's something that you're interested in doing. Now, I have this slide up that says any questions. I can definitely see the chat feature here. I'm going to go through it real quick. Let's see. Oh, thanks, everyone. Just really nice compliments. Everyone's being super nice. Good morning. Good morning. Does anybody have any additional questions or anything that I may have left out? If you do, feel free to add them into the chat box. I'm looking right at it right now. It looks like some people are typing. I'll put a little background music while we're waiting for those to come in. Oh, I'm interested in more SM tips. SM. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. What do you mean by SM? Oh, social media tips. I owe your social media outlook, especially if you want to gain customers. Oh, thank you. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, if those of you are interested in social media, I'm going to pull up my screen here. One second. So I'm going to go on my own Facebook page, and then you guys can kind of look it over and tell me if it's something that you're interested in learning a little bit more about. One sec here. How do I do this? Oh, you know what? I'll put it over here. All right, so bear with me while I work out the technical details. Here we go. So, for example, you should be able to see that on the screen now. If you can't, just let me know. I can still see the chat. So, This is an example of my Facebook page. I started it, gosh, less than a few months back. It does take a lot of time. I don't want to pretend like if you put up one awesome post that you're just going to get a bunch of followers immediately. In fact, if you go all the way to the bottom of my very, very first post here, I think I had maybe like two or three people react to it. But as you can see, since then, I have been posting. It's just going to take forever to get to the bottom. Sorry. I forgot just how much I've been posting. But for me, I found it easy to focus on the days of the week. So, for example, today's event, I call it Training Tuesday. I do a post once a week called a What's Hot Wednesday. And then, of course, I'm sure you guys are all familiar with what I'm calling Fun Fact Friday. Now, if you're interested specifically in promoting our brands, if you're looking on the screen here, this is a beautiful reel that I personally created using the content that my company makes available for me, where I'm highlighting luxury gold, Spain, and Portugal. Creating reels is a very easy way for you to be able to highlight something quickly. Reels do incredibly well in terms of the amount of plays that they get. So even reels that, on my channel at least are like not the best performers are still getting like 300 plus views. I posted this random reel of an event that I did in Danville, where it was at a beautiful classic car museum and it blew up. So it got over 2,800 views or plays. So you never know. It is something that you just want to make sure if you're posting content out there, if you feel that it's on brand with the kind of message that you're trying to promote to your clients, just throw it out there and see how it does. In fact, the more that you post and the more people interact with your page, they have additional insights that you can look into. I don't know if I can see them on this page here. Sorry, I don't. I usually I access it on my phone. I rarely go on it on the web browser here. But oh, here we go. View tools. So Facebook does a really good job of having a professional dashboard, and I will say that you want to create a professional page, not a personal page, because professional pages come with more tools for you to use to promote yourself. It shows how many people you're reaching, what kind of engagement you have, and what new followers are. If you're unfamiliar with these terms, they have these little icons right next to it that can let you know, oh, okay, reach is the number of people who saw any of your posts at least once. Reach is different from impressions, which may include multiple views of your post. So the more time you spend on it, kind of working it over, the more you'll familiarize yourself with what works, what doesn't work. And in fact, you can plan your posts in advance. I usually do, like, for example, this week, all of my posts are already on there, just waiting to go. They're going to be uploaded automatically. So you don't have to put that much time into it. You can set aside like an hour a week where you're like, okay, Tuesday, I'm going to post this. Wednesday, I'm going to post that. Friday, I'm going to post this. Another tip that I just want to throw out there, posting too much is not good either. Like, I understand you're trying to get as much information out there to your people as you can. It's definitely a quality over quantity situation when it comes to social media. There's just so much stuff out there that it's kind of hard to get attention. So you want to make sure that the stuff that you're posting is, high quality content that you're proud of. You all are in an industry that, to me, is like selling dreams, right? People dream of traveling the world. They dream of these wonderful vacations that you get to sell people. You should have access to tons of content, whether it's on your own phone, your own pictures, your clients' pictures. I mentioned earlier, contests are a great idea. Like, if you're starting a channel and you want to get your viewership up, just throw it out there and say, hey, if you're willing to share a fun trip that I was able to send you on, send me that video and we can go from there. In fact, I've done it with some of my agents. Marina Axline sent me a really cool video of her trip to Cappadocia, and I highlighted it on my channel, and it ended up getting quite a number of views here. So you can see it right here. So I was just trying different things. She sent me this beautiful video of her trip out to Turkey, ended up getting over 103 views, 9 likes, and then I was able to promote her on my channel as well. So if you are interested in having me promote you through Facebook so that you can grow your audience that way, I am so open to that. If you guys have beautiful videos like this that you want to share, I would tag you in the video if you'd like. I put Marina's email in here so people can reach out to her. So I'm happy to help you all as much as I can. If you have upcoming trips that you're trying to promote, let me know with a few weeks' notice, and I'll see what I can do about sending over some content so that you can help promote the trip on your channel. I have access to a lot of Getty images that my company gives me access to. As long as you post it and then put in parentheses near the bottom, courtesy of TTC Tour Brands, you can share those images that I have on my channel as well. So please don't hesitate to reach out. But yeah, we're getting close to I was meant to this meeting to just be half an hour. So I apologize if I've gone over, but it seems like people are interested in more social media training here. Well, if you have a few more minutes, feel free to stick around. I don't really have any other information written down. So this is me just kind of um, improvising a little bit here. Any other questions that I can help answer for you? I don't see any type in. Going once, going twice. All right. Well, I'm going to stop sharing then here. One sec. Oop. Are you guys still there? There we go. Looks like somebody's typing. Well, I do really appreciate you all joining me for this session. Oh, okay. Oh, Ramsey was asking who Hannah was. All right. Well, if there are no additional questions, I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. Clearly, there's definitely interest in learning more about social media. So I will look into putting together an additional training for social media for those of you that are interested. Beyond that, I'll give it another second or two. If there are no other questions, I may be ending the session here. Going once. Oh, thank you, Trish. Thanks for joining. Well, everyone, I do really, truly appreciate you joining me on these Training Tuesdays. I started them off as just kind of a thing I wanted to offer my agents, and they seem to be becoming more popular. So I do appreciate you logging in live. And if you're watching this later virtually from the recording, I appreciate you checking it out there too. Super excited to be in this position. I'm very excited to help you all grow and hopefully promote TTC Tour Brands more often to your clients. But yeah, from Jose Aguilar out here in the Sacramento area, thank you all so very, very much. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next month for the next Training Tuesday, okay? Thanks again. Bye, everyone.